My dear friends, let's be honest. Getting older is a blessing. Every wrinkle tells a story, every silver hair carries wisdom, and every passing year is a gift that not everyone receives. But along with the beauty of aging, there are challenges too, some that sneak up on us without warning. Have you ever noticed how certain little habits start to creep in over time? Maybe we stop caring as much about how we look before stepping out of the house. Maybe we catch ourselves repeating the same complaints or sharing a bit too much about our aches and pains. These small things might feel harmless to us, but here's the truth. They can slowly create distance between us and the people we love. Now, I want to be clear. This isn't about shame. This isn't about blaming ourselves for getting older. No, this is about awareness, kindness, and choosing to keep our dignity and connection alive. It's about shining a light on a dozen small but powerful behaviors that many older adults fall into, often without even realizing it. I like to think of them as blind spots, not because we're bad people, but simply because we stop noticing. And when we stop noticing, those blind spots can make others quietly pull away. But here's the good news. Once you see them, you can change them. And the moment you do, you'll find yourself drawing people closer again. So today, let's take a gentle walk together through 12 common habits that might be holding us back from deeper connection, respect, and joy in our later years. Think of this as a friendly reminder from someone who cares, an invitation to reflect, refresh, and maybe even laugh a little at ourselves. Because aging gracefully isn't about perfection, it's about staying open, kind, and beautifully human. Let's begin with something simple, yet so powerful: how we care for ourselves on the outside. The first habit is neglecting personal hygiene. Now, none of us set out to stop caring for our appearance, but maybe the laundry piles up. Maybe it feels like too much effort to shower as often. Maybe trimming nails or combing hair just slips our mind. Before long, we may find ourselves walking into a room with wrinkled shirts, messy hair, or a faint odor we don't even notice. Here's the thing. People rarely point it out, but they feel it. To them, it sends the message, I've stopped trying, I've given up. And without meaning to, they may step back from us. But the opposite is just as true. When we put on a clean shirt, brush our hair, or take a few extra minutes to care for our body, we shine with dignity and self-respect. It's a small effort that whispers to the world, I'm still here, I still matter. The second habit is wearing clothes that no longer fit us. Maybe they're too loose, too tight, or simply outdated. Sometimes we hold on because they're comfortable or they remind us of earlier days. But to others, ill-fitting clothes can look like a sign we're not engaged with life anymore. This doesn't mean we have to dress like fashion models, absolutely not. It means choosing clothes that are both comfortable and presentable, and ones that fit well and make us feel at ease in our own skin. The moment we do, people see us not as old or tired, but as someone alive, aware, and full of quiet confidence. Caring for ourselves on the outside doesn't just lift the way others see us, it lifts the way we see ourselves. Now let's talk about something even more powerful than appearance: our words and the way we connect with others. At this stage of life, our voice carries weight. People listen because they know we've lived through storms, victories, and everything in between. But sometimes without meaning to, our words can create distance instead of closeness. The third habit is speaking without a filter. Maybe we comment on someone's looks, their parenting, or how they live their life. We might say, I'm just being honest, but to the person hearing it, it can feel sharp or unkind. Honesty is valuable, but honesty without gentleness can wound. A simple pause before we speak, asking ourselves, is this helpful? Is this kind? Can transform our wisdom into a gift people actually treasure. The fourth habit is interrupting or dominating conversations. We've all been there, eager to share our story, jumping in with advice, or retelling experiences from long ago. The problem is, others may start to feel unheard or invisible. The good news? The more we listen, the more people lean toward us. Ask questions. Let someone finish their thought. You'll be surprised how respect grows when we resist the urge to take over. The fifth habit is complaining about younger generations. It's tempting to say kids these days don't know how to work hard or things were better back then. But when we speak this way, younger folks may feel rejected. Instead, show curiosity. Ask about their world. Learn what excites them. When we build bridges instead of walls, we discover that connection across generations is not only possible, it's beautiful. Finally, the sixth habit is oversharing medical problems. It's natural to talk about health, it matters. But if every conversation turns into a list of symptoms or doctor visits, others may quietly tune out. Share honestly, yes, but balance it with stories of joy, interests, or even a funny memory. It reminds people that we are more than our aches. We are whole, vibrant human beings. Now let's shift to the way we move and interact in public spaces. These may seem like little things, but they send powerful signals about how much we value the people around us. The seventh habit is ignoring modern etiquette. Think about moments on a bus or in a cafe when someone talks loudly on speakerphone, or when headphones are forgotten and music blares out for everyone to hear. Sometimes older adults are seen doing these things, not because we want to be rude, but because habits from the past don't always fit today's world. Unfortunately, others may interpret it as disregard. The fix is simple. Take a look around, notice how people behave, and follow those quiet social rules. It's not about pretending to be younger. It's about showing respect and awareness. And respect, my friends, always comes back to us. The eighth habit is walking or moving without awareness of space. Picture this: stopping in the middle of a grocery aisle, drifting slowly while others rush around, or standing too close in a line. To us, it might feel harmless. To others, it feels inconsiderate, even frustrating. What can we do? Slow down, yes, but do it with awareness. Step aside if you need to pause. Give space when lines are long. These small acts show thoughtfulness and instantly make people more comfortable around us. The truth is, the way we carry ourselves in shared spaces tells the world whether we still see ourselves as part of the bigger community. When we show awareness and consideration, people respond with warmth. They don't see us as in the way. They see us as graceful participants in life, walking alongside them with dignity. Now, perhaps the most powerful habits of all are not about how we look or how we move, but about what lives inside our hearts and minds. The way we think, the attitudes we carry, these shape every relationship we have. The ninth habit is being stubborn about outdated beliefs. Many of us grew up with strong traditions, and some of those values are treasures worth keeping. But when we dig our heels in with phrases like, "that's just the way it is," it can close doors instead of opening them. Younger people may see us as unwilling to learn, yet when we stay curious, when we say, "tell me more, I'd love to understand," we not only grow, we inspire. Staying a lifelong student makes us relevant, humble, and deeply admired. The 10th habit is making jokes that don't age well. Humor is a gift, but some jokes that once seemed harmless about gender, race, or stereotypes can now feel hurtful. We may not mean harm, but the impact can create distance. The best kind of humor is timeless, laughing at ourselves, finding joy in everyday mishaps, and lifting others with lightheartedness. That kind of humor never goes out of style. The 11th habit is acting helpless when we're not. Of course, asking for help when we truly need it is wise, but leaning on others for things we can still do ourselves can quietly become a burden. Sometimes it comes from fear, not laziness, fear of making mistakes or moving slower. But here's the truth: effort is more respected than perfection. Every small act of independence sends a message of strength and dignity. The 12th and final habit is pretending we're always right, correcting people, dismissing their ideas, insisting on our own way. It may give us a sense of control, but it leaves others feeling drained. True wisdom doesn't shout, "I know better." True wisdom says, "Here's what I've learned. What do you think?" That humility transforms conversations into connection. So, my dear friends, we've walked together through 12 habits, 12 little blind spots that often sneak up on us as the years go by. None of them make us bad people. None of them erase the love, wisdom, or worth we carry, but they can quietly chip away at the way others see us and the way we see ourselves. Think back for a moment. Did one or two of these habits sound familiar? Maybe more than a few? If so, don't feel discouraged. Feel encouraged, because awareness is a gift. Once we see what's been hidden, we have the power to change it. And even the smallest shift, a kinder word, a fresh shirt, a listening ear, can ripple outward and transform our relationships. Aging well is not about chasing youth or denying reality. It's about walking into each day with grace, with humility, and with the courage to keep growing. When we choose self-care, we show the world that we value life. When we listen more than we speak, we deepen connection. When we let go of stubborn pride and replace it with curiosity, we remind others and ourselves that wisdom is not about always being right. It's about being willing to learn, no matter our age. The truth is, it's never too late to soften, to adjust, to heal. Each day we wake up is another chance to be a source of warmth, kindness, and quiet strength for those around us. So let's carry this with us. We are not defined by our blind spots. We are defined by our willingness to see them, to grow past them, and to live with open hands and open hearts. That is the true beauty of aging, not perfection, but transformation.